Hey, what's up? This is Ian, and we are hanging out in the woods in Fukuoka, Japan. This is a cool place. I like it. I come here sometimes. I haven't been here for a little while. It's like green. It's spring. It's nice right now too because there's no spider webs anywhere, and because they haven't come out yet. It's like what, May 10th or something like that. I don't know. There's no spider webs and there's no mosquitoes. So in another month or two, that will all change. Um, so a thing I kind of like, I've realized lately, and I really dug into a little bit more today, which I think is this is looking towards western Fukuoka, out towards Itsushima. It's really nice out there. I went out there once. I'd rather live out there, to be honest with you. Um, what was I gonna say? So mice like fasting. So considering doing another fast again, and I'm looking into this, and of course you search the web, and like you'll find there's a lot of information out there about fasting and stem cells and growth hormone and autophagy and all that. And something to keep in mind: a lot of these studies that are done on fasting are done with mice. And the key thing is, mice lives like, sure, it depends on the variety of mice, but like, or rats, but like 2 years or something. The human lives like 80 years or so. And so a lot of the studies, like one of the popular ones about like stem cells, for example, is says something like 24 hours, 24-hour fast increases stem cells in, it was in mice. So the thing is, mice, 24 hours for a mouse is like, equates to about, you average out, I don't have all the details in front of me, I wrote them down on one of my websites, but that's like 6 or 7 days for a human. 6 or 7 days. Like using the, how did I come to that conclusion? A mouse, let me think, what was it? Okay, a year for a human, according to one study, is like 9 days for a mouse. A year for a human is 9 days for a mouse. So, I came. What was it? One. So again, so it's like 24 hours for a mouse is like 6 or 7 days for a human. You know, basically the fasting, like I'm talking about. So you to get the benefits, the same benefits that a mouse would get from 24 hours of fasting. Also, a mouse can live like 5 days without food. But as long as a human's got water, a human can live like 30 or 40 days without food. So that's a big difference. That's how I came up with that number. So 5 days for a mouse, 5 times 6 is like, 30. And so that's how I came up with that. Now, I'm really bad at math, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. But the big picture idea of this, why I'm making this message, is that for you to get the same benefits that from fasting, like a 24-hour fast, like if you're kind of like new to fasting, I'm not like very new, and we're gonna go out to the beach a little later. Right now, we're gonna stay on the path here. Um, yeah, just try to put it in perspective. Like if you want to get all these stem cell benefits, or 24-hour fast isn't gonna do much. Like you might get a little bit of benefits, but and the other thing too, like stuff like autophagy and all that. Like autophagy is like, I was digging through the web last night trying to find an exact answer, and there's no, even some of the like experts. Rhonda Patrick, she was interviewing some guy who's an expert in fasting or calorie restriction, and he said he didn't exactly know when autophagy begins. That's nice, huh? Uh, so, but yeah, you dig into it. So maybe, yeah. So I don't know either, really. But some people say 36 hours, 24 hours, 72 hours, 3 days, and then getting up until like 5 days, like the FMD diet, fasting mimicking diet, like that. Pretty popular by oh, what's his name? I forgot his name. Sounds pretty interesting though, which is basically eating like a small amount for 5 days. But anyways, compared to a mouse, like yeah, you gotta like fast a lot to like get any expect to get any results. So like oh, and the thing with autophagy is like you really want to get these benefits of like really like I guess you always have autophagy going on in your body, but to really get those benefits, it's like just say you do a 24-hour fast. All right, you might increase autophagy in your body a little bit, but how long are you staying in that state? Not long. You go to 24 hours and you go back. So is it going to do much? 24 hours occasionally? I don't think so. I think maybe, okay, you do 24 hours once in a week. Okay, probably do a little bit. But really, to get like most out of it, like, you got to do it for a longer period of time. Like, I don't know when or how long that is. And I think it probably depends on what you want to get out of it and what your goal is with fasting or whatever. And a lot of the studies I looked at for fasting and calorie restriction, a lot of them were like for a couple months. Like, well, for the calorie restriction, these like studies went on for like stem cells, and they would go on for like a couple months, like a month at least of like at least a 40% restriction. And they got a lot of benefits for different stem cells. But that's a long time. That's like reducing your calories 40 to 50% for a month. That's hard. Might sound easy now, but like when you're hungry and then you start to eat, it's hard to stop. So yeah, and the other thing, growth hormone too. Like some people say, if you dig the web, you're gonna find some different things, but some say like you get up to like 5 days, then okay, then you're boosting hormone, but growth hormone quite a bit. Some studies say HGH, and it lowers IGF. But again, so really, like I think like I don't know. You gotta like kind of decide like, is your goal with fasting like? I think you gotta think like long term. Either do like a long one for like as many days as you can, like like you could do 5 days or more, like 6-7 days. Then wow, that'd be pretty good. You'll probably get some good benefits out of that. I've seen some people do even longer, like 18 days. Most I've done is 4 days. I started fasting probably 5 years ago, like just doing like, first thing I started was called the Warrior Diet, and it was kind of hard. Even just that at first was hard, and then just with practice now, like I have like a 16-20. I either fast for 16 to 20 hours, like pretty much every day now. But I don't know. I think also your body adapts to stuff too, and to get more benefits. Like, so right now I'm thinking about doing another. Probably gonna start tomorrow. It's in my shoe. Start tomorrow and do a longer fast. My reason basically is like, well, I do it for health, just like maintenance. But actually, the 16-20 I think is like a decent maintenance, intermittent fasting thing. But I think the longer fast like also help, like, but mainly for injuries. Like, I had an injury. Like I thought I was healing pretty good, and then the other day, like I put my leg up, and I don't know, my knee kind of snapped again. This snapping feeling, and since then it's been irritated. I've probably also been like doing a little bit too much. Is this still going? I gotta check this. Too much nice flowers here. A lot of nice flowers now. I like wildflowers. Sometimes all the planted flowers are overkill. They're just like I don't know. They're too big, too many all in one spot. Like I think it's ugly. I like kind of like just the more natural style stuff sometimes. Um, it's really nice. There's no spider webs now. Usually, come out here in summertime, you're like choking on spider webs. Let's go see the ocean a little bit. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Was I talking about growth hormone? Yeah, our injuries getting like. Yeah, I don't have all the answers, but I'll tell you what. Like, there's a lot of fasting, a lot of studies that show that fasting could improve. Oh, cool junk. I'm looking for some junk. I'm looking cool junk that washes up on the beach. Soccer ball. A couple oddball shoes. That's interesting. Bamboo. It's kind of interesting. Interesting. We're gonna deal with this. Yeah, so this is a pretty nice beach. I think I lost my train of thought here. I guess we're talking about fasting and growth hormone, autophagy. Yeah, you just like I think you either got to do like a longer one or do like I don't know, like many days in a row as you can, or you do like then I don't know. There's like alternate day fasting. You know, like my question I have is, which one are you gonna get more out of? Are you gonna get more? I don't have all the answers, right? Of course. So which one are you gonna get more out of? Are you gonna get say you do? I've been thinking another thing I think I'm doing is doing a month long of alternate day fasting. So that'd be roughly 15 days of fasting in a month. Whereas, like, I think I might be able to do that. It sounds, yeah, it's probably harder than it sounds. But like that compared to like, or 15 days in a row. Like, what's going to be better? What's going to have a more like healing, therapeutic effect on your body? That's a question I have, and I haven't found the answer to. So I wonder that. Like 4 days, the most I've done in a row, I did 97 hours. And I was going for 5 days. 96 hours is 4 days. So I was going for 5, but I just started feeling really ill. Very sick feeling, and I didn't want to feel sick like that anymore. So I ate. Prior to that, I've done 90, I did, I think 81 hours, which was like, I don't know, 3 days, a little more than 3 days. I've done 3 days a few times, and then I've done like two days, a bunch, and 24 hours, a bunch. So, yeah, I don't know, it's challenging, like, one day, no problem. And then like 2 days, 1.5 day, like just going like 36 hours or something like that. Not too hard. That's like going to bed hungry. That's not that hard. 24 hours is like you can eat the next day, so it's not. 24 hours is not that hard. Like you stop eating at 6 p.m. one night, and then the next night you can eat at 6 p.m. That's no big deal, I don't think. 36 hours is like going to bed hungry. That's like that's I don't know. I don't think it's too hard. But then as soon as you wake up, like if you can eat like when you wake up or something like that, then it just makes it easier. But then getting 2-3 days, yeah, it's getting harder. But yeah, 24 hours is pretty much nothing, I think. Nice out here, huh? I like it. So yeah, so anyways, I guess my main point with this video was to keep in mind, like, if you're looking for studies on fasting and stuff, keep in mind that, yeah, mice, 24 hours for a mouse is like 6 days for a human, or something, like 6-7 days for a human. Or yeah, another study, I 1 year for a human is 9 days. 9 days for a mouse, something like that. So I don't know. Just keep that in mind, because I think, like, you think you get excited, like, oh wow, stem cells, awesome, 24-hour fast. Oh, that's so easy. Yeah, it is, but you're probably not going to get those benefits. Or your stem cells aren't going to increase that much. So yeah. Anyways, this is Ian in Fukuoka. And we're saying adios.